Billy Luna.
Bruce Rivers, Part 1.
Gotti, you can't. I mean, the Teflon Don was amazing, but that was filled with its own intrigue. You know.
Please subscribe to the Billy Luna channel and like the video. Thank you.
Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer. Who is he? Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer. And who is he? Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer. And what he do?
What he do is he implores everyone to stop self-snitching. My guest today is the patron saint of zipping it, keeping your mouth shut, Omerta. Bruce, it is an absolute pleasure to have you on the channel. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
I also want to say a big thank you to Michael Rivers, your son, the content genius, for arranging this.
He's here. He's filming The Other View.
He's always there. He's the man behind the man, right?
Without him, I'm nothing.
Right. Well, we all know that you're a captivating on-camera personality on your wildly successful YouTube channel. You are an amazing defense attorney, a wonderful father and family man, and an all-around great guy. But tell me something that we don't know about Bruce Rivers.
That was not in the talking points. Well, I guess you could probably guess this from my channel, but I love to make people laugh. You know, everywhere I go, whether it's a judge, whether it's a prosecutor or a client or a witness, and yeah, obviously in the right scenario, but everywhere I go, I like to make people smile.
And you do, man. I get it. It comes through. That's one of the things I love about you. I love your little looks, and it's just like very, very sarcastic, very funny, and that's why, we all love you. That's why we watch you, man.
The thing about the work that I do, the day-to-day stuff, not the YouTube stuff, we see so much stuff, and you can't make it up. And the content that we get, it's omnipotent. It's just everywhere. And so when you think you've seen it all of a sudden something else comes up, and it's like, holy, I can't believe that,
Stranger than fiction, as it were, right?
Yeah.
I do crime stuff and I do mafia stuff. So I thought a nice little way to start might be say, what are your favorite mafia movies or mafia TV shows or episodes?
I suppose, Goodfellas and Casino. I mean, obviously I love The Godfather, but The Godfather is kind of like that's the standard answer. My favorite mob actor has got to be Joe Pesci. I mean, I love De Niro. Yeah. I love De Niro. I love Pacino, but Joe Pesci, like My Cousin Vinny, honestly, you wouldn't believe how real that movie is.
Wow.
Like he there's this part in the scene where he's the lawyer, and he's starting to make some headway, and he's walking up and down in front of the prosecutor like this, and oh my God, especially when somebody's treated you like shit for a while, and all of a sudden you start to handing them their lunch, and so it's nothing better than that. But yeah, I love the old fashioned mobster movies. I can't get enough of them.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned Casino and Goodfellas. Those are both based on books, and the screenplay is written by the great Nick Pileggi, and he's just one of the absolute best. Goodfellas is about the Lucchese family. Of course, Casino is a lot of different families out there, mostly the Midwest families in Vegas, and just great stuff. Yeah, he's one of the good ones. There's a lot of schlocky stuff in the genre, but Nick Pileggi is one of the best. Former great journalist, great author, great screenwriter. There's a guy in the movie who plays himself, Ed McDonald, the prosecutor. And at the end of the movie, he's like, don't. They're going into the witness protection program, WITSEC, and he's like to Karen, he's like. Yeah, and Goodfellas, right? And he's like, don't give me the Babe in the Woods story, Karen. I heard those wiretaps, and so he played himself. And I'm actually talking to him. I'm probably going to be interviewing him in a while. He's a very interesting guy, and I love that. That's one of the best movie cameos of all time.
It gave some authenticity to the movie.
There's been a screenplay that's been floating around Hollywood for many years. It's a plot line from the book Wiseguy that was not covered in the movie Goodfellas. Ray Liotta's character Henry Hill and Robert De Niro's character Jimmy Burke are involved in a college basketball point shaving scheme. Apparently this project will finally be coming to fruition with Nick Pileggi as the writer. I was just talking to Ed McDonald about that, and he was telling me that that's coming on. So that'll be very interesting to kind of, have like another episode inside that Goodfellas universe, so that's really cool. What are some of your favorite mafia related court cases?
Gotti, you can't, I mean, the Teflon Don was amazing, But that was filled with its own intrigue, you know. There's one that's not really all that high profile, but it was my office partner's case. There's a guy, Italian guy, who is supposed to go over to the free port of Denmark in Copenhagen, and he's supposed to torch all these videotapes that were insured. And he's doing a job for the Swiss, but it's the Italian doing a job for the Swiss, and then a Greek guy is involved somehow. And so the Greeks didn't trust the Italians, so they sent a guy with him. And so he's going to torch off this warehouse, right?
And he's going to light it on fire.
Right. So he's pouring the gas all over the place. Well, the Greek guy decides to light a fucking smoke. and it torched everything off like way too soon. So it lights the Italian guy on fire. He jumps into the water because it's at the free port of Denmark. And then swim, and now they're getting busted, and he swims to safety, goes over to the Vatican where his sister's a nun, and recoups over there. He gets charged in the Northern District of Illinois with destruction of the property of a foreign government with whom we're not at war. I mean, and so he wound up getting a couple of years, but one of the things you can do in those cases, you can demand to do depositions if you have, it's called letters of rogatory. And so they put all kinds of blockades up in front of the government. You know, the government has to pay for it. So they were going to go over to Denmark and, you know, take depositions of witnesses. It was going to cost thousands and thousands of dollars. And the government said, what do you want? And, you know, basically, let's settle this.
The trial occurred?
It was in the Northern District of Illinois. I don't know why it was in Illinois, but that it was a federal case. But yeah, it was charged with destruction of a foreign property of a foreign government with whom we're not at war.
Wow. Okay, so that's that would be an interesting movie right there.
But some of the other ones, like you know, the Gotti trial, where you have Cutler and you know, getting disqualified because he's in-house counsel. I have a similar story like that with my office partner. They busted a bookie and all these other people in the bookie, and my office partner's on his way to see his client. And he's on his way there, and the agent says, "Where are you going?" And he goes, "Oh, I'm going to see my client." "No, you're not, 86," because he had everybody. He was one of the clients for the bookie. And they had him listed as number 86, so he couldn't get disqualified for basically the same reason. Because you're a witness. They have a witness advocacy rule. You can't be a witness in your own trial.
You can't be a lawyer, and then if you can potentially be called as a witness.
Right. You're disqualified.
Right.
That's why Cutler was disqualified in that case.
What are your favorite hip-hop related cases?
Well, we're following 2 right now.
Bruce Rivers Part 2, dropping next week. Link will be in the comments and description and on the end screen.
Billy Luna.
This is Victoria Luna. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the videos, and share with your mates on social media. Check out these awesome videos now. Ciao.